So here's a pretty awesome machine. This here, I guess it's the John Deere 437D, and it might be F point. I can't see what that really says right there, guys. This is a trailer. It tows behind. You can see the long arm that's going out there, but you can see there's 4 points, 1, 2, and then 2 on the other side that secure it to the ground. The anchor points, the support beams, the support columns, hydraulics. And this is for grabbing the logs. I do believe this is just for grabbing the logs and putting them on the logging trucks, and they haul them out. Now, this thing might actually put logs on, if it hooks up to another tractor, a diesel tractor, it might be able to put logs on that, so when it's going somewhere, it takes some logs with it as well, so they're not wasting time. But I'm gonna walk around this thing, but I'm gonna keep a distance because this is an active site. They're not actually working today. But you can see all the debris over here. You can see all these logs are getting ready to go onto a truck. They might cut the tips off these still. These guys are probably the ones that are ready to go onto the truck. I've seen a lot longer than that. You usually see long ones like this going down the road, but they must have a couple of rows. You do one row, then you do another row, maybe 3 rows on a semi-truck flatbed type thing. It's not really a flatbed, it's a stake bed or something like that with really large stakes. But this is cool. So it's got a cab up there. That's the engine, obviously, right in there. That's your diesel engine. And then on the other side, we'll go to the other side and take a look at that cab. And then look at this arm. You got hydraulics here. You've got some turning pivot points out there, 360 pivot points, and articulations. And so let's take a look from the other side real quick. As I was walking around, I saw this, and I'm thinking that this here, see what I mean by like having the stake bed kind of thing, you could set logs inside there. I'm not sure if that's just to put on the ground so they could line logs up that are gonna go on a truck to know their length, or if these will actually get picked up by the unit, set onto this long piece here, and make it so they can haul some logs with them when they're taking the unit down to the next spot. If anybody knows, if anybody's done logging and understands what these yellow cradles are that are on the ground, if these cradles actually do go on this beam, and then obviously on the other end you'd have oh, you know what? I'm figuring that out right now. If you look up on top, this beam isn't necessarily to put logs or put these on there, even though they might do that. There's your skimmer and your saw. So we're gonna see that from the other side. You can see it sticking up right there. That's your skimmer and saw. So this guy isn't just to pick them up and put them on the truck. This guy is actually the guy that skims them and then cuts them to length and then stacks them. I'm thinking there might be another machine around the other side here that would actually put them on the truck, but he might do that as well. That machine might be servicing or functioning as all of the above. Let's walk over here. So when I was driving by here the last couple weeks, I'm kind of near the house. I go through this area a lot. I've been watching them do this, and you can see them clear cutting a lot of this area here. And there was a couple other machines here, so they must have moved on to another site for a few days, and then they're gonna come back. Because obviously, look at that guy. That's a good one there. And there's a lot right there that needs to be hauled over. A lot of chunks laying around, but I figured out what this is. This is not a cradle that you'd put onto this long beam. So this is one unit, and what they'll do is they'll just put this, this probably folds underneath and it sets on top of that when they're traveling. But you can see that this is a skimmer. So what they do is they drag the log back and forth through it, and inside this piece right here, it's kind of a U shape. It's hard to see from this angle, but there's some grinders in there that'll skim off branches. And then if you look carefully inside that slot right there, that's a saw blade. And that saw blade will come down once they get it to the length they want. They just leave it resting there, and that saw blade comes down and goes zing and cuts it right off. Let me go wider here. So it comes down and zings it right like that, cuts the tips off. So out here, there's probably a bunch of tips laying. And then this guy here is another way they can cut the logs into these shorties, probably using it to cut the shorties here. But that's a saw blade inside that thing, and that'll come down and cut the log off. So he'll pick the log up with his claw, grapple it with that, grab it with this, lift it into place, and then this saw blade will come down and zing it to length. Then he can pick it up, run it through the skimmer, cut the long ones up over there, cut the short ones up over here. So, but take a look at that cab up there. That's kind of cool being so high up, kind of above everything. I would love to be able to sit up inside that baby and check it out sometime. But yeah, so that's what this is. And they probably do pick that up and just set it on the back of a flatbed to get it in and out. I doubt it travels on this, because now that I'm thinking about it, this arm will flip back on and fold up and then probably just set down in between the, you can see it's a trailer that goes out, comes up, and then out, and then this is resting on the back. So, or on the front. So this probably has a kingpin underneath it that would hook up to your fifth wheel on your tractor, and then that would tow it down the road. So this would be right next to the semi-truck cab. Then this would be the very back of the trailer over here. So see if we can get a better angle on this. I'm going to walk over here. Here we go, guys. So you can see a little bit better inside there. See that? See those blades, those grabbers? They probably just press up against the log, and when they yank it back and forth, it just slices those branches right off. And I noticed it cuts a lot of the bark off too when you're watching them do it. You can see it on this guy. See right there? You can see all the scuffing. That's from running that log back and forth through that. Those probably open up kind of like this. They'll probably open up like that, grab around the log, and then just drag the log back and forth. So, oh, there's a guy over there. He's moving around. He's heading my way, so I better get out of their way here. So he's coming around, and here's another guy coming in over here to my other side too. He's turning around over there, but so I don't want to be over here when he comes in. But you can see him coming right there. He's out there moving some logs around back there. He's probably stacking. So let me go on the outside, and then I'll film from the outside one more time. So he's got a plow on the front of that bad boy. And then look at the size of the grabber in the back. Is that freaking awesome or what? Look at that plow right there on that thing. And then that grabber right there. So he can grab multiple branches and drag them over to this position right here, so they can, like, he'll grab them in that position there and drag them over here so they can cut them up. These are maybe waiting to get cut, and this is what they're doing, is they're stacking over here. So he's probably wondering what I'm up to. But yeah, I've seen them grab multiple branches with that claw. They'll stack them up, then they'll grab like 5 or 6 and just drag them all the way from the back to the front and get them ready. And then this must be for just, look at how dented up that is too. That must be just for clearing, to get stuff out of his way, making these rubbish piles like over here. You get rubbish piles like this guy here, and he probably just shoves it out of the way until he gets to the branches he needs to do, and then does that. But look at the size. Those are at least 6 to 8 feet tall tires right there, guys. He's got a pretty nice cab up in there. But look at the hydraulics and the mechanism for back there. That is meant to grab some really heavy loads right there. So this is the first time I've seen this type of actual machine. I've seen different types of these. I've never seen one with the actual pusher out front, but I've seen these grabbers, and he's actually facing this way, and I saw him facing the other way. Maybe they spin around inside there. Maybe there's an actual seat that spins so they can face what they're doing in the grabbing, and then when they drive, they spin around so they can come this way. But he hasn't got out and yelled at me, so that's a good thing. I know I'm not supposed to be in here, but I didn't think they were around today. Usually they were working over here and doing a lot of stuff. So I'm going to end this video right here. If you guys like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe. Check out another video of some logging right there. Check out our channel right there. We got over 1,600 videos out there. A lot of different stuff, from animals and travel and locations and fun things and music and a lot of construction machinery and stuff like that, old cars. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hit that like and subscribe. Bye-bye.